Now, after studying chapter number 7, that is alternating current, now let's study the last topic of chapter 6, that is alternating current generator. AC generators are also known as alternator or AC machine. As the name suggests, it is used to generate alternating current. And the generator which is used to generate direct current is known as DC generator. So let's study about AC generator in detail. Whenever we require a small AC current, then small AC currents are produced by small generators and are known as dynamos. For example, we use dynamos in bicycles to induce electricity to run light in bicycle. And AC generator was invented by Nikola Tesla. As AC was invented by Nikola Tesla and it is used to produce alternating current. And AC generator converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. And it is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. That is, whenever there is a rotation of a coil in a magnetic field, then there is a change in magnetic flux, and because of that change in magnetic flux, EMF is induced. And if EMF induced, thus current induced in it. And this current is AC current. So, that is whenever coil rotates in magnetic field, an EMF is induced in it. Thus, current is induced in it. Now let's study about its construction. AC generator consists of a uniform strong horseshoe type magnet which gives uniform magnetic field. And between these magnets, a rectangular coil is placed which are having n number of turns. Here for simplicity we are taking only one turn of a coil. The ends of the coil is connected with a load through which we wish to supply AC current, and this ends are connected with the help is connected with slip rings. One end is connected with one slip ring and the other end is connected with other slip ring. A slip ring helps to rotate the coil. Slip ring is fixed, is a slip on a fixed brushes known as carbon brushes, as they are made up of carbon. And the ends of these brushes are connected with a load. Hollow metal rings. The coil rotates along a fixed axis. Known as rotor or a shaft. Rectangular coils are known as armature. More number of turns are there, more magnetic field, more number of magnetic flux will produce, and thus EMF induced will be more. Thus current produced will be more. If magnetic field lines are more, that is stronger the magnet, magnetic flux will be more, there is a change in magnetic flux will be more, thus EMF induced will be more. And if area is large, then also EMF induced will be large. Now let's study about its working. When armature rotates, in magnetic field, so it cuts magnetic field lines, and thus magnetic flux linked with the coil also change. And produces that is induces EMF in it. Thus current induced in the coil. And the direction of current is given by Fleming's right hand rule. Direction of induced current is given by Fleming's right hand rule. Now let's study its theory. When the coil rotates about a fixed axis with a constant angular speed, omega, then angle theta between area vector and magnetic field is theta is equal to omega into t, angular speed into time. Now, the total magnetic flux linked with the coil is total magnetic flux linked with coil is B into A cos theta. Here we are taking the component of area, that is A cos theta, which is normal to the uniform magnetic field. यहाँ पे area A नहीं लेंगे, A का component होगा A cos theta, which gives maximum magnetic flux. Let us suppose these are the magnetic field lines. So the magnetic flux is the number of magnetic field lines passing through the normal area. So here this area is placed perpendicular to this magnetic field lines and its area vector is normal to this area. तो यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स इज दिस. अब अगर ये एरिया थीटा एंगल से टिल्ट है इस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस में, तो हम किस तरीके से बनाएंगे इसको? This we have discussed earlier also in chapter number 1. Now this is the normal component. This is angle theta between magnetic field and area vector. That is theta के सामने component which is perpendicular component A sin theta, and theta के adjacent component is A cos theta, and A cos theta is perpendicular to this magnetic field. So here we are taking A cos theta is the area of the loop. Now we can write that B A cos theta equal to omega t. Now using Faraday's law, as phi b is equal to ba cos theta, give it equation number 1, and ba cos omega t is equation number 2. Now from Faraday's law, induced EMF for rotating coil of n number of turns is given as induced EMF E, that is instantaneous EMF, equivalent to minus n d phi b by dt. On substituting this value, we get minus n d by dt ba cos omega t. Now here we can see magnetic field and area both are constant, so take it out, and on differentiating, cos omega t with respect to t, we get minus sine omega t into omega, that is nba omega sine omega t is the EMF. Also we can write that if theta is equal to 90 degree or 270 degree, then induced EMF will be maximum, that is sine theta is equivalent to plus 1 or minus 1. when theta is equal to 90 or 270 degree, then sine theta is equivalent to plus 1 or minus 1. Therefore, instantaneous EMF is equivalent to NBA omega or maximum. So here we can write NBA omega as equal to its maximum value, or therefore instantaneous value is equal to maximum value into sine omega t. So here give it equation number 3 and this is equation number 4. Or as we know that omega in terms of frequency can be written as sine 2 pi nu into t, as omega is equal to 2 pi nu or 2 pi by capital T. Frequency of alternating current in India is 50 Hertz, that is number of revolutions per second is 50, and we know that alternating current changes its direction 2 times in one complete cycle. So in 50 revolutions the current reverses or changes its direction 100 times in a second. And we cannot fix the polarity of alternating current as it changes its polarity after every half cycle. So we cannot say that this is alternating current and this is its positive end and this is its negative end always, as it changes its direction after every half cycle. Now this is the equation in terms of frequency, instantaneous induced EMF, and in terms of angular frequency. Now let's draw the stages. Their stages are when area vector and magnetic field are making an angle of 0 degree. So flux is maximum passing through it. Angle is 0 when area vector is making an angle of 90 degree. So flux is minimum. Area vector is making an angle of 180 degree with magnetic field. Flux is maximum but in opposite direction, that is opposite polarity. Then area vector and magnetic field is at an angle of 270 degree. Flux is minimum at 270 degree, that is 2 pi. Flux is maximum. And let's draw the graph of induced EMF and magnetic flux with time, as equation of induced EMF is E is equal into EM, that is NBA omega sin omega t, and magnetic flux is NBA cos omega t. So graph for one complete cycle taking 4 stages. This is for magnetic flux. Maximum flux at 0, then minimum, maximum at pi, then 0, and again maximum at 2 pi. Here it is 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Here also we can draw graph of induced EMF with time, which is a sine curve. Maximum flux, minimum flux, here again maximum in opposite direction, that is minus phi. This is plus phi. So here the graph is in this way. That is 0, maximum at pi by 2, then pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi.